Good morning, guys. Good morning. Working on this small leaf cleanup here. Let me show you guys what I'm working with. So I had one of my reoccurring customers from last year, of course, reach out to me. He's just saying he needed a leaf cleanup. Sure enough, there's some leaves down. It's nothing crazy. It won't take much. I may just bag it just for the consistency of not having to continue to go over it multiple times, mulching them up, because it's early morning and the leaves are a little bit wet. But this is what I'm taking my time on right here. I actually installed this mulch last year, guys, around, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually around this time here. Yes, it was around this time, same time last year. January, February, I believe it was February. But in this area it had grown up. I'll tag the pictures to show you guys. This is one of my bed maintenance programs that I charge a customer on a monthly basis, and this is where I come through and I keep the beds maintained. Of course, I didn't maintain this one every single month. It was on per call, pretty much, per service, because I didn't fully establish it within my business. But let me get to the task at hand. So this bed had a bunch of leaves in it. So what I did was I used a fine rake. This is what I call the fine rake. I just use this to get the debris out, meaning all the large amount of leaves. Yes, there's still some in there, but the goal is to get the vast majority. The other ones I could just take a weed whacker and whack it down, but instead I have my hard rake here, so I can kind of uproot these weeds that have been kind of growing. Won't take long because there's not many, but I'll be using the hard rake or my scuffle hoe. It works well in the mulch as well, so I can make sure I'm cutting the roots before I actually rake it. So I'll use this, then use that, and I'll kind of use this for stuff that's kind of, I guess, deeper, but that's the last solution, or shovel or spade, either or. But as of right now, I'm about to clear out this bed like I just told you with those tools, and then I'm going to spray it down with a weed control and also dye. So you guys are going to see what this actually looked like if you dye your mulch. This mulch, I'm telling you, it's a year old. Watch how it looks when I'm done with it. It's going to look like you just got it installed. So for the sake of timing, guys, I actually wanted to expedite this process, so I actually didn't use the tools that I showed you guys. I actually just weed whacked it down. The objective is to get rid of all the green, so when I put the dye down, I don't have to worry about any greenery being visible. So after I weed whacked everything down, I actually mixed a broadleaf weed killer with the black dye, and then I sprayed it. That'll help keep the weeds from emerging in the mulch anytime soon. So that's kind of how the bed looks good over time. What kind of helped encourage me to actually get into other forms of landscaping maintenance was I wanted to make each customer that I have more profitable, and if I can add in a little bit of service as far as bed maintenance and actually dyeing their mulch, that'll actually bring in additional stream of revenue. Usually a lot of my customers, they get mulch installed one time out of the year, not two times like some people. So I would feel like, you know, I'm actually making, instead of just doing that one install and getting paid that one time, I'm actually generating revenue from actually doing the maintenance part of it throughout the full year, and it's actually looking good by not adding additional mulch to it, because typically my customers, they don't have me install it twice a year, only once a year for me. So if you're doing landscape projects where you're installing black or red dyed mulch, the mulch will lose coloration over time just because of rainfall, runoff. It just will lose color because it's not a natural color. So to be a solution to that problem, you can come in and offer a service like garden bed maintenance, where you cultivate the mulch, you move it around, you remove the weeds, and then you dye the mulch. This will do two things for you. It'll separate yourself from your competition by adding a service that's not out there, and also the customer will appreciate that they'll be able to enjoy a beautiful landscape for the fraction of the price that it costs to install the mulch originally. You've seen this mulch. When I started, it was weeds in the middle, it was greenery. I made sure I weeded down all the greenery. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing close up here within this last process. So this mulch, As you see it, it looks white, it's lost coloration. This is black mulch, cypress mulch. You see how it looks white? You know, you break it up, get a little bit more coloration. So that's why I use the hard rake. You guys see me pause in the video, and I went back and I started using my red hard rake. What I was doing was I noticed some imperfections as far as rainfall and everything. It made it unlevel, like you see dips here and there. So I was using this guy, my hard rake, to kind of level the mulch out, not really dig, but just smooth it over so you don't have a bunch of humps and bumps. As you see, those are all my footsteps, but from far away you really can't see that. I was just trying to avoid from afar you seeing all those big dips, so I leveled it out with this. You know, in the process I was shifting it up, moving the coloration around, so instead of me having to try to dye this white, pretty much lost coloration mulch, I was able to get it to be a bit darker, so I'm using less amount of product. So this is how it works, guys. I shift it around first, then I go and I spray it with this, just like that. I had to calibrate my my sprayer so it spray out at a higher pace. I'm not sitting there misting it onto this mulch, because you actually want it to get on there decently to the point where the top layer of mulch soaks up the product. But there you have it, guys. And now I'm about to move to the bricks and put them back in place. But my battery's getting low, so I'm gonna try to see what I can get. Alright guys, so I got all the bed cleared up, I got the bricks reset. That was my game plan. I did have a little bit of a costly mistake. It cost me on time. So the bricks, when I was throwing them out to the side right here, I actually when I went to put them back in place, I try not to set the bricks directly back into the spots where they were, just because they're less visible. But within that process, I must have lined it a little bit too wide, and when I got to the end of it when I got to the end of putting all these bricks together, it was missing 3 whole bricks. So I had to go back and go around the circle at least 2 times to actually gain the space, lose the space actually, so it'll be a tight fit all the way around. I hate when the bricks have a slight decline like that, but the way this tree is built up, the mulch bed, it still make the bricks visible. That's why I cleared the weeds from the outside and I moved the bricks. But it works, guys. This is it as far as this piece. Now I'm gonna get these leaves off the lawn. All right, guys, I'm completely done. Got all the leaves up off this property for the most part. I keep getting leaves blowing in from those trees over there across the street. It's blowing this way, and it's going onto the lawn. I bagged it for the last time today, but knock these hedges down. The customer didn't really say much he wanted done about that, but I just took care of it, and I knocked these down. I did a hard cutback on these guys. They were wildly overgrown, and this is just so it can try to start growing some form. It need to be maintained. He's not one of my regular customers. I usually just come and do a leaf cleanup and stuff like that at this property. Thank you guys for watching the video to this point. If you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment. That'll help me keep making videos like this. It's pretty much me just vlogging my daily experiences, and I just want to kind of share the information that I'm kind of learning at hand as well. So if this helped you, please like the video. And till next time, guys, keep grinding, keep getting it.